all you plus 2 comedy modifiers back to the stream. Welcome to a brand new show. Welcome to Itching for Something New. TV's Noah here, water in hand, and today we are starting a new journey. See, there was a show I used to do a little while ago called the Flash Game Paradox that people seem to really enjoy, where I played Flash games before the death of Flash and talked about where they belonged in the history of gaming. Since Flash has died, we don't do that show anymore. But people have been clamoring for something like it to return. So today we are starting Itching for Something New. I have an account on itch.io that has over 50 pages of games that I own and never play. So we are going to use the same format as Flash Game Paradox, and I'm going to give myself 20 minutes max to play each game, and then we will rank them in a tier list. So 20 minutes of gameplay. I'm going in 100% blind. I'm really concerned about my hair today. Going in 100% blind, and this is a game called Bestiary. I know it looks really weird, and I know my setup looks really weird. It is unbelievably tiny. Here, I'll give you a look of what I'm actually dealing with here. If we used our normal setup, it would look like this. So it's very tiny. So I had this old Zoom setup that I forget why I had it set up like this. For I think this might have been my least of the painful setup or something like that. But in any case, we're going to play Bestiary for 20 minutes, and then we're going to rank it on our tier list. And that we'll see how it ranks up against all the other games I have on itch.io. So 20 minutes starting on the clock right now. I already have a bad feeling about this one. So I really think there's a chance that we won't make the full 20 minutes. Alright, so first off, seems like there's no sound, so it will include music from elsewhere. Good day, Professor. Our scouts continue to photograph the wondrous new creatures they encounter on the other side. Using your incredible intuition, please examine the latest photographs and classify them for us. Give us as much information as you can. The name, diet, behavior, anything you feel is relevant. When you're finished, click on cataloged button on your local cyber apparatus to store the record on the local cyber storage and move on to the next record. Good luck, Professor! So I'm just supposed to write about this? So this is Paul. He has a steady diet of the sadness of others. Sadness of others. Pain of his enemies, and also hairs. He's a lion, skelly squid man. Enjoys smooth. What? Oh, I gotta click the new. Smooth jazz and law and order. The show, not the idea. Submit. Alright, this is the whole thing. Dr. fancy. Eats other Dr. Fancies. They're a cannibalistic tribe. Nice coat. I mean, really nice. He got it on sale, and it still costs more than your house. Horse and horse. I mean, house. That was a typo. Don't think I meant horse. It clearly meant house. Anyway, dot dot dot. It is a really nice coat. So, but it says something underneath the bestiary, and I can't quite get what it says. This guy here is, of course, coat thief. The coats of others. Characteristics. He stole that coat. It is a real nice coat. I bet even on sale it costs more than your horse. Crap. I did it again. I mean, house. What is wrong with me? Alright, so then, what does this say when I click it? Bestiary by @JeffreyRage. Oh my god. Oh, ooh. What? Like everything's this weird squid monster. Yeah. This is Isaac. Look. He is just eyes. Just eyes. No mouth. Mouth. How could he eat? Lots of eyes. By the way, when I said look before, I did not mean that as a pun. Sorry if that came off as mean it's the Bestiary. Just I think this is just the creator of the game. Are we already in like the world of repeats? How far do you think we're into on the timer here? It's not. It hasn't even been 10 minutes. Let's just. Yeah, I don't even have to write anything. That's it. Ugh. There's only like 4 different heads. Oh, the crow's new, but like that's a Skelly Man. So it's just. I think it's just randomly generating a body, legs, head, and background, and then it's just like, all right, you do the rest. And that's the whole thing. Okay. Well, and there's no way for me to like look back at what I've done. I'm gonna close that off. Alright, Bestiary. Do I see? Did it save any of the things I just did? No. Alright. I think I've seen enough. Let's head over to the rank room and see how we feel. Right, I'm gonna switch to my other camera here. Boom. 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 I'm gonna bring chat back over here. All right, here we are it's not the Flash Museum like it was in my previous, but this is the itchiness rank room. We'll see how itchy it made me. Our ranks are simply this: is it good enough for a full playthrough? Meaning, like, am I actually like maybe I should continue to play this? Then it gets up here in the top tier, and maybe we keep playing. Then we had a blast. That means I had a really good time. But we're not going to play it any further. But it was an enjoyable time here on this show. Fun but had issues means that like there's something wrong and something was preventing me from really enjoying the game, and there's some sort of issue. Happened means that it was a game that I played, and I will probably have no memory of it tomorrow. And then, of course, oof means it is pretty bad. So, fun fact, the first game we were supposed to play was a game called Thrust Me that did not work for streaming. For some reason, it was like surpassing the screen capture, and I couldn't actually get the footage. So, Bestiary will be our first game, and unfortunately, I have to put it as an oof. It's not a game. It's kind of a cool writing tool. I think the idea of being like, it's basically a picture prompt. Like, hey, based off of the image that we're showing you, write a little thing about it, which is a great creative exercise. But it seemed like the only heads were like eyeball, skeleton, bug, crow, and did I say eyeballs? Yeah. So like the randomness factor, there wasn't enough in there to really spawn something like truly creative. Additionally, the only things you talked about were diet and characteristics. Yet one of the things randomized was the background. So you could have included something like that would force me, like habitat, having habitat be one of it. Also the fact that the text boxes were multiple one line that I had to like switch through rather than being able to just write a paragraph. A little frustrating. I had fun with it, but I think the average individual would not enjoy Bestiary. In any case, thank you so much for joining me for this very short inaugural edition of Itching for Something New. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, we got another game coming up in just a moment. But thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time when we're itching for something new.